Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talk and Tea Time with Dr. G. I am Dr. G, and today, this episode is being sponsored by Serenity Funeral Home, where Gerald Johnson is president. We are going to be discussing on Talk and Tea Time with Dr. G today the benefits of CBD. We'll be right back.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. I have a mentor, and she convinced me to continue my education.
No one receives a diploma alone.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to Talk and Tea Time with Dr. G. I am here today with Jan Wallace. Welcome to Talk and Tea Time with Dr. G.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. It is my pleasure. Jan, can you just start with giving myself and my studio audience some background information about yourself?
Absolutely. I went to college to be a speech pathologist, and I have a degree in speech pathology and health education. I spent most of my career in that area. I was a St. Louis Public School speech pathologist, and then I went on to open language-based daycare centers. I retired to take care of my parents who were aging, and I became a stay-home daughter. After they passed away, that's kind of what launched me into the CBD business, basically.
Okay.
It was time to get going, and my mother passed away from cancer. So cannabis was something that they prescribed for her, something I started to research and realize the benefits. So that's how I got into this.
All right, so Jan, can you tell us, what does CBD stand for?
Cannabidiol.
Cannabidiol, okay.
So in a hemp plant, I guess I will explain that everything is cannabis, and people think of cannabis as something that you buy at a dispensary that has a psychoactive ingredient. But cannabis is also hemp.
Okay.
So when we grow for marijuana that you would think of, we grow it for a high psychoactive ingredient. When we grow hemp, we grow for high CBD ingredient. And there are hundreds and hundreds of CBDs, CBGs, CBNs in a hemp plant.
Okay, so did you use CBD before you started your business?
During my research process of getting into the business, I experimented with different brands of CBD. So I tried it. Not only did I try CBD, I went out and I met several, like 40 farmers, and visited farms where it was grown. I visited extraction facilities, manufacturing facilities, all of that, and I did try CBD.
Okay, so after trying it, what made you say, did you say to yourself, okay, I want to start my own business. I want to start my own CBD business. Is that how this happened?
I knew all along that I wanted to start the business, so I needed to see where I fit best and where I could be the most useful for this business and for helping people, because that was my motivation to get into this, because I know what I experienced in my private life, and pain and injuries and people with anxiety. So I knew I wanted to be in the CBD business. I just didn't know where I fit in. And so what I realized in visiting the farmers, that all these farmers grew hemp, and they thought that people were going to buy the hemp for their CBD companies just like they bought corn or grain. That does not happen. And then there's a bottleneck in the processing facility. So I thought, well, maybe I should do that. And then along this way, I was so very lucky to meet Ryan and Eldon, and those are my collaborative partners.
Okay.
So I realized that I wanted to do a clean, cost-effective brand so that people could actually afford to take it and then actually benefit from it.
Okay. So, Jan, what's the difference between CBD and marijuana?
The psychoactive ingredient.
Okay.
So in marijuana, there's a delta 9 THC that we grow them so that that level of delta 9 THC makes you high. In CBD, the 2018 Farm Bill that was passed that legalized CBD, you're only allowed to have 0.3% or less of THC. So technically there is not enough THC in CBD to get you high.
Okay.
The most important thing, though, that I try to tell people is that you need to know where your CBD comes from, because it's like a supplement. It is a supplement. So that is not regulated other than the THC levels.
Okay.
But we do all of the testing. So you want to make sure that you get clean CBD that has full panel testing.
Okay. I heard you mention the word hemp.
Hemp.
Okay, can you just explain to me what that is? Because all of this is like so foreign
If
to me.
you look at a plant, a marijuana plant, and you look at a hemp plant, they look a lot alike,
Okay.
and they smell a lot alike. So they're just basically, now with technology, we can use clones. And when we're using clones to grow for cannabis, because you want high THC, you want it, you grow it for that. And then you're growing for CBD, you're growing for low THC, high CBD.
Okay. All righty. Awesome. So now let's fast forward to today, and you have this awesome business, and the name of the business is Cool Science. Am I correct?
You are correct.
Okay, it's Cool Science, and it's spelled, it's KWL.
Right.
Cool Science. Can you just tell me, how did this whole concept, this whole name, Cool Science, where did all of this start?
Well, after I told you my mother passed away, and then my father passed away within the same year. So I lost both my parents. I needed a little recovery time, and then my son, who is my motivator and my partner, Evan, he was like, you need to get back into business, so let's do this. So we did, and so when we decided on the name, Kay, my father was John Kukla, my mother was Elizabeth Leslie, our last name is Wallace, so my son said, if we're going to do this, we want them beside us.
Awesome. I absolutely love that.
Me too.
So,
Thank you.
Right now, we're going to take a short break.
Okay.
And when we come back, I'm going to have you to talk and share some of the products that you actually bought here today, because I've actually tried some of the products and they are absolutely awesome.
Thank
so
you.
we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with more Talk and Tea Time with Dr. G.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk and Tea Time with Dr. G. We are here today, and we are discussing the benefits of CBD. So if you're just tuning in, tune in and pay attention. So I'm here today with Jan Wallace, and she is the owner of Cool Science, and that's KWL, and she specializes in CBD. So how long have you been in business? How long has KWL Science been in business?
The actual idea has been, it's over 2.5 years, and we launched in August of last year our brand because I wanted to make sure everything was clean, and we do something above and beyond. So when you're growing hemp and you're a farmer, hemp farmer, you have to have the flower tested to make sure that it is under the legal limit of THC. So that is a given. Everyone has to do that. But what we do beyond that is we test a full panel testing. So we're not only testing for potency, we're testing for molds, mildews, any kind of metals in the ground. So that's kind of what separates us a little bit in our brand. And we also only do high milligrams.
Okay.
So what I have found is that, in our opinion, anything below 1,000 milligrams, especially if you're doing something, these are a tincture. So this is something that you would, you have a dropper, you put it under your tongue, wait a few minutes and swallow.
Okay.
So most people take this daily. They should take it daily.
Okay.
We all have a cannabinoid system that's probably gone dormant because most people don't take CBD, but once you do, it does help your body.
Okay, so this product here that you have in your hand, what's the name of it?
This is our BK7000. So this is just, I named it, it's a 7,000 milligram CBD, which is a very high milligram. We formulate this specifically for people who cannot take pain pills, people that have opioid addiction and they have chronic pain or post-surgical needs that they cannot take drugs. We like to offer this up for them to try.
Okay, and it's just, I heard you say a drop, so you just drop it under your tongue.
Or you could put it in your tea.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
I'm going to
put
try
it in your tea.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
So this is high milligram.
Okay, what other products did you bring with you today?
Well, this is a lower milligram. So, and I wanted to show you this. The difference is I have white lids and black lids. So in CBD, you can have a full spectrum CBD, which means we basically leave everything in there, and there are terpenes, and everything that is in the hemp plant is in the oil. When we do an isolate, which is I identify with the white lid, it's just isolated to just pure CBD, and we use a carrier oil. So basically people are getting CBD with a carrier oil, and most of us use a coconut oil.
Okay.
Our other products, so these would be an oral product, and we have topical products. So this we call our CB free. So this is 2,500 milligrams of CBD with like a menthol. So if you've ever had like a biofreeze type thing, it's similar to that.
Okay.
So, and this is a roll-on. These are great. You can roll it on. You've used this.
I've used it. My mother has used it. I've had friends that have used it. So yes, this by far is a great product.
And then this we have, it's a balm. So this is a 1,000 milligram balm. So it's a little different like this.
Okay.
And a lot of people use this for hand pain, knee pain. I had one lady bought this for hand pain, and it was a crazy story, but she had a bunion on her foot, a growth, and she for 2 years was trying everything to get rid of it, and she started using this, and she said within 3 weeks it was gone.
Awesome.
So I have good stories.
So Jan, what are the prices for these products here?
Okay, so what we like to do is we cut out the middleman. So if you look online and you compare, our prices are probably half of what you would spend. So we try to sell to everyone at a wholesale level. And this is 7,000 milligrams, which we charge $175 for. But if you were to look somewhere else, you'd probably pay $400. People could use this either like a half a dropper, so it could last them a month up to 2 months.
Okay.
Or if they're using it for something specific for a recovery period, then that's what they would be using it for.
Okay, and how much is that?
And then we have, and that's a 7,000 milligram.
So how much would that bottle sell for?
$175.
$175, okay.
Which is probably, like I said, half of what you'd pay somewhere else. Then we have is our 1,500 milligram. This is infused with elderberry. So we don't use sugars or syrups. We use either natural ingredients or we'll use stevia. This is a 1,500 milligram, and this is $55.
Okay.
Okay, so this would be for someone a daily dose, and this is a full spectrum CBD.
Okay.
Our roller ball is 55, and our tin, the balm, is 35.
35. Okay, so can you share with us contact information, how they can get in contact with you if they're wanting to order products, if they're wanting to learn more about CBD? Where can they find you? How can they contact you?
Our website is coolscience.com, so KWLscience.com, and I'm Jan at coolscience.com. So that if you go on the website, you can find me, and my cell phone number is on there. You get me directly.
Awesome, awesome. I encourage you all to go on the website, but not only that, but to purchase some of her products. Like I said, I've tried her products. My mother has tried her products. I've had friends, and it was just amazing, the after effects after, rubbing it on. I was like, oh my God, this is like heaven.
Yeah, I think people are skeptical because there's so much out there, and you see it everywhere. And I tell people that not all CBD is created equal. And just because ours costs less doesn't mean it's not as good. I just kind of think that just because you can charge more doesn't mean you should.
That's true. So earlier in the interview, you mentioned 2 young men. So how do they play a role in Cool Science?
Okay, so during my journey of getting into this, I ran into Ryan and Eldon. So Ryan has been in the hemp industry for over 12 years, and Eldon just recently got into the hemp industry, but he actually owns the farm that the hemp is grown on.
Okay.
Ryan, and then they have an extraction facility, so we do everything locally. So we grow locally, we extract locally, and we manufacture, and then I have the brick and mortar and the offices. So I'm kind of out on the outside, and we have a collaborative partnership that works, and their brand is called Dark Soil.
Okay.
So it's the same plant, but we market to different people. And I could not be more lucky to be collaborating with these guys because we feel the same way about getting quality products at a great price out to people.
Okay, great. So, Jan, what has been your biggest challenge since you started your business?
The biggest challenge is banking and processing. I know that sounds bizarre, but the banking industry is not friendly to anything cannabis or CBD. It's still kind of this taboo. So that's the challenge is, getting good payment processors, finding banks that don't shut you down.
Okay.
We are very careful. Like I said, we go above and beyond with testing. You have to be careful with wording. We don't want to claim anything. We just let people use the product and they realize the benefits for themselves.
Okay.
So that is the challenge.
All right. So, Jan, what type of advice would you give to someone that's new to this product? They've watched, they've watched the show. Now they have questions. So they call you. They want to set up a one-on-one with you. What would be your advice to them about this product?
Well, one, like I tell everybody, know where you're getting your CBD from. It's very important to know. Like I said, we're lucky that we're affiliated with Missouri Baptist Hospital Neurological Group, works with us. And the doctor that I talked to there, she's like, I have a lot of patients who want CBD. She's like, my problem is not the accessibility to the CBD. The problem is knowing who they're getting it from, and I need a reliable source for them. So that's my advice is, come to us, we can prove that we are a reliable source and that you're getting clean CBD. We have certificates of analysis, and we like to take the time to sit and talk with people and actually hear them out and find out what they need it for.
Awesome, awesome. So what's one success story that you've had with CBD?
So many, so many. I think that a lot is, I have a lady who is undergoing chemo. She's a cancer patient. She was taking like 4 lorazepam a day for nausea, but it made her so tired and so lethargic. So she wanted to try CBD as an alternative to see if that would help her digestive system and help with the nausea. And to date now she only takes 1 lorazepam as opposed to 4, and she feels like it has helped her. I mean, I have, people with RA who are taking it. My friends who we think we can still do stuff, and then we do stuff, and then we're sore.
Right.
It has helped them with knee pain. Mary, my friend Mary, she says it's the best thing that's ever helped her knee.
Yes.
So I just, one story after another,
Great.
it just makes you feel so good.
Oh, that is awesome. So I'd like to thank you, first of all, for stopping by Talking Tea Time with Dr. G
Thank you.
and sharing this information. You and I, we talk almost
We
every
do.
day. And so I get the opportunity to have those one-on-one conversations
where's our
with
pancakes?
you. I know we don't have pancakes today. But I get to have those one-on-one conversations with you, and again, I can be a witness to the product because I'm using the product, and I know other individuals that's using the product. So I'm going to ask one last question. What's next for KWL Science? Is it just the products, or what's next for you? Can you tell me that in like 2 minutes? What's next for KW?
You know my life is crazy.
I know it is.
My life is crazy. So I like to think that good people are put in your path, and you being one of them.
Thank you.
And I feel like we have been a good brand. We try to be honest with people. We try to get them a good product. When I talk to people about it, I find that they're more and more interested. So because of that, I've run into a group of people who we're expanding our brand. So we have another brand that it's called Burnt Attitude, and that is our brand for change.
Okay.
So we say sometimes you got to burn it down to build it back up.
Okay.
And then we are also working on a brand called Lab 360 Infused. And that is we're gearing towards our athletes.
Okay.
And we're actually working with retired NFL players, and they're going to be promoting our product because they know that the pain that they've gone through and the amount of pills sometimes that are pushed on people, that we're not trying to replace modern medicine, we're trying to supplement it with something that could benefit people.
Awesome. I love that. I love it. So you all, if you want to learn more about CBD, you want to learn more about Jan, give her a call, shoot her an email. She's already shared her information. Take it from me. She has great products. So be on the lookout for her and also the new adventures that she has coming up. I think that's going to be good also. So thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by.
You're
Talking Tea
welcome.
Time with
I
Dr.
enjoyed
G.
it.
So we could get pancakes tomorrow or Monday, okay?
They're closed Monday.
Oh, that's right, Tuesday. All righty. Okay. Again, this is Dr. G with Talking Tea Time with Dr. G. And when I come back, you all know that I'll be sharing one of my favorite teas.
Dad,
Just 1 minute, okay?
hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk and Tea Time with Dr. G. I am Dr. G. And if you've watched my episodes in the past, you know that I end my show with sharing one of my favorite teas. So for this episode, I have chosen Schnucks Green Tea. So the reason that this is one of my favorite teas, if I'm tired, if I'm feeling like I cannot make it, I need some energy, this is my go-to energy tea. And again, it is right at your local Schnucks stores, so you can go, you can purchase it. And again, I drink this one. I like to drink it hot, but you can drink it cold as well. You can brew it up, put it over ice, or you can drink it hot. So on those days when I feel like I need some energy, I cannot go another mile, I'm lazy, I go to my Schnucks green tea. Thank you all for tuning in to Talk and Tea Time with Dr. G, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Okay, here we go, throw it.
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color-coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.